Hi, I'm Corey, and today I'm going to make for you these delicious, these good enough muffins. You see, when you're trying to lose weight, especially on Weight Watchers, it's hard to eat your carbs, and we love carbs. So these muffins are good, they're just not great. And if they were any better, we'd probably eat too many of them. So we're shooting for good enough muffins. And the main ingredient of these muffins is gonna be Kodiak pancake mix. There's a lot of different recipes for these online. I found a whole bunch of different ones on Pinterest. And my recipe is with almond poppy seed, but you can use any flavor except the dark chocolate will add extra points. So I've also made this with buttermilk flavor and the lemon flavor, but I actually like the almond poppy seed flavor. So if you look online yourself and go on Pinterest, you can find Weight Watcher muffins called Miracle Muffins, and this is my version of them because the ones I found were actually bad, really bad. And although mine aren't the best in the world, they're good enough. The hardest part of this recipe for me is getting your bananas overripe. You want ugly bananas, like really disgusting, black, brown, overripe. You would never eat these bananas. The problem is that my family loves bananas. So I usually buy what I think of as tons and tons of bananas. I'll buy like 20 bananas in hopes that in like a week, I'll get 6 or 8 of them that get to be this color, but it's never the case because my family inhales bananas. So I'm lucky to have 2. I got 2 bananas that are perfectly disgusting, and I'm gonna use these for the recipe today. So what we're gonna make today is gonna make 12 muffins, but you can easily double, triple, even quadruple this recipe. Usually I quadruple it, and then I end up freezing a whole bunch of them. So we're gonna take our gross bananas and we're gonna mush them and mash them into the bowl. So just peel them and get them in the bowl. And then with a fork, we're just gonna mash them. I don't like mine super chunky, so I like to do a pretty good mash.
Don't know why. Go.
Now I'm gonna add the rest of the ingredients. We have 2 cups of the almond flavored Kodiak pancake mix. You can put it in any order. This is monkfruit sweetener, 1/4 cup of monkfruit sweetener. And this is an amazing sweetener. If you haven't been using it, there's 0 calories and there's no bad aftertaste. It's not bad for you like other artificial sweeteners. This is a natural sweetener. And so far, everything I've read about it is pretty good. So I'm sure in a year from now, we're gonna find out that it causes all kinds of horrible things. But for now, monkfruit sweetener is the hot sweetener to use, and we're gonna go with it. I also have 3/4 of a tablespoon of baking powder. And I have some salt, just a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and chia seeds. Chia seeds are so good for you. There's so much protein and fiber in these little seeds. I like the little crunch that it gives. So I have a full ounce of chia seeds. That's 4 points, but like I said, these are just gonna be 2-point muffins, so don't worry about it. And then 2 full tablespoons of cinnamon because I love cinnamon. I want a real cinnamon flavor. You don't have to use this much, but I really want it to taste cinnamony. And cinnamon is supposed to help with weight loss. It helps you lower your blood sugar, so we're gonna use a lot of cinnamon. Then we have 1 cup of milk. My milk of choice is again unsweetened cashew milk, but any kind of milk will do. And finally, we're gonna crack 3 eggs in here. And hope for no shell. We did it. And now we're gonna whisk it together. We're just gonna mix to combine. You don't wanna over mix your mix. Just get the yolk combined, everything combined. It's gonna be a little bit loose, that's okay. You just don't want big lumps, and that's good enough. I found these great muffin tins on Amazon. I love these, and they're the silicone ones, and they clean really easily. They're a little bit rubbery, but I love the shape. They all have like a little bit of a different design on them, and I think it really makes the muffins taste better because design counts when it comes to food. So I'm just gonna give them a spray. We don't want them sticking. I use avocado oil spray. Give them a nice spray. And then we're gonna try to fill each muffin cup evenly. I'm gonna use a ladle. I don't like to waste any bit of this because we're counting points. I want to get every single bit that I can afford to have. So I'm going to scrape the last bit. What do you think? This one? Uh-oh, this one looks a little sad. Let's put more in here. Sometimes we have to do a little Robin Hood where we take from the rich and give to the poor. There we go. Still looks a little bit less on this one. You do your best, make them even. Pretty good. Clean up a little bit. And they're ready for the oven. We're gonna put them in at 350 and it takes 20 minutes. So check your oven because it can be off by a minute or two and you do not want to overcook these. If anything, they're better a little bit softer, so don't overcook them. So I used to try to maneuver these silicone baking muffin things right into the oven, but as you can see, they're really wiggly and some of them spill out. So one day my husband says, why don't you just put them on a baking sheet and put them right in the oven? And he was right. It's really a simple way to go. So these ended up taking about 23 or 24 minutes. Sometimes they take a little bit longer. You just have to watch them. So now they're cooled a little bit. We're gonna pop them out. Nudge. Haha, pretty good. There's one set. Okay, so not beautiful, but pretty good. Like I said, if I let these cook a little bit longer, they would firm up more, but I prefer them on the underside. Otherwise, they taste too dry to me. So if they're not beautiful, we just don't care. In fact, we'll just go ahead and eat this one. These muffins are just 2 points each, and they're a really nice size. And what's so great about them for me is that because they're good, they're just not too delicious. My family won't eat these. They're my muffins. Nobody else in my whole house even likes them. They're good enough for me, but they're not really good enough for them. They're my muffins. And nobody